You're watching Poland Daily Business Edition, and tonight we will talk about energy. That's why I'm so excited, because it's a very interesting topic. Wojciech Jakóbik of Businesalert is our guest tonight. Sir, welcome to the show.
Great to be here.
And Poland is a part of the European Union, one of the big 6 countries of it, and west to us is Germany, absolutely leader in many aspects of technology, environment, and so on. The Germany had Energiewende, that was phasing out the coal-based energy, phasing out the nuclear in favor of the renewables, photovoltaic and wind energy. Are there any lessons that we in Poland can learn from this example?
There is no way for any revolution in energy sector. We see that Energiewende, which means the energy pivot, energy revolution towards renewables in Germany, is hampered by objective obstacles on its way, because you cannot just switch from coal and nuclear immediately to renewables. In the end, the German plan is finished with increasing coal generation, because Germans decided to go 100% renewables and to switch off all the nuclear plants at the same time. It shows that nuclear might be useful. There are rising voices inside Germany that Germans should stay with nuclear power plants. They wanted to quit using nuclear until 2022. Now they discuss if they should prolong the use of nuclear energy, and it is impairing the whole concept of Energiewende, because Energiewende comes from the 70s of 20th century. It is connected to anti-nuclear movements, and the basic assumption is that nuclear energy is immoral, that you cannot use it because it's a sin to use it. It's connected with nuclear energy, and it's really bad.
Like
so
nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
So this is why there is this gap in logic, that on one side we don't want any CO2 emissions, okay, because it's greenhouse gas, because it causes instability in climate, it increases bad things in the atmosphere. We can believe it or not, but okay, that's logic. Then we go to photovoltaic and wind, but we also switch off the nuclear plants that don't emit anything.
Yeah, and we need to back up those renewables with conventional energy. And in the German situation, it is the brown coal, lignite, the most emittive resource ever, because it's not only CO2 emission, but also some sulfur and other kinds of chemicals that going into air, and they disrupt the clean air in Germany. So they finish the revolution with result of higher emission, with more not clean energy. So it's not going too well right now, but we'll see how they will manage to achieve this goal with energy storage. That could be a saint grail of energy that could change the status quo
As
totally.
you said, the Germans are coming to their senses and finally discuss maybe keep those nuclear plants that are already built, already capitalized. The capex has been spent on it, going until their natural end. That will be probably another 30 years or so, because that's a long time investment. The energy storage you mentioned, that's a very interesting part, especially in terms of producing the power from, say, offshore wind farms, that also Poland is looking into very much.
Yeah, because energy storage could bring a real revolution into energy system, because if you have market-oriented energy storage, it is you can mix it with 100% renewable energy mix, so you can have all energy from renewables, because you can back up it with energy storage. But for now, this technology is just at the beginning of its road. It is not marketed. It is not cheap enough to go to the market on a big scale.
That was my question.
So,
have you looked into the economics of such projects, and are they viable, let's say, in case of Poland? Because it really removes the energy storage, removes the major flow in renewables, because not always the wind blows, the wind not always have the right speed or right energy, the sun the same, it's not always shining. On the other hand, when it does, it would be nice to store it and release at the time when the energy is needed.
And that's the concept, but looking at the cost of energy, if you compare nuclear energy with renewables and energy storage, the nuclear energy is cheaper in the end. So, you have an economic discussion about it. The politicians need to decide what to do, also in Germany, like in Poland, and we need to look for some evolutionary way. The revolution, like 100% renewables tomorrow, is not working. We see it in Germany, and Germans are also thinking about some evolutionary steps. There is no way of revolution in the energy sector, and even if European Commission is really, really ambitious, the national states like Poland and Germany will hamper its ambition because you have objective obstacles on the way.
In the Germany, there is another thing that is not often mentioned. The wholesale price of the electric power is like half of the price in Poland, yet consumers pay twice as consumers in Poland. How do you explain that?
We have a different approach to energy consumption in Poland and Germany. Germany is a wealthy society, and they can afford to pay more for energy because of the ideological goal of having it clean. So Germans are heavily supporting this Energiewende. In many polls they support it. They want to pay more for energy to have this goal of clean energy. But in Poland, the price of energy is a bigger part of budget of any house, and Poles are not so eager to pay more for energy because of this goal of having clean energy. They want to have cheap energy. Poland is on a different stage of development than Germany. Poles want to have more and more energy. They want to develop, not to restrain itself. So we need to find some solution that is more adjustable to Polish condition.
You just mentioned another thing that brings to life another question. What about prosumers? Those who have their households and wants to produce their own power using photovoltaics, hydropower or wind power.
So in Germany or Norway, it is really fancy to go off the grid, not to get any energy from some big corporation supplier, but to have it on your own. And in Poland, it is also a rising trend to have your own photovoltaics.
Are especially our utilities happy with this trend?
They are happy actually with photovoltaics because many companies, even PGNiG, the gas company, are thinking of investment in solar programs because the government created My Electricity program, Mój Prąd program, which brings you some financial support when you want to bring photovoltaics on your roof. So it is a rising trend, and photovoltaics could bring a positive change to Polish energy market on condition it is connected with changes in other sectors of power generation.
Well, thank you very much for that insight. Wojciech Jakóbik of Businesalert.pl portal. That's in Polish, but also there is an English version, right?
Yeah, businesalert.com.
Right. Please check the portal, visit and read the stories about business and economy. And don't forget to subscribe to YouTube channel of Poland Daily Live. That's it for tonight's show, sir. Thank you very much for participating. And that was it for tonight's Poland Daily Business.